Expert prediction: by 2028 a 50% increase in joint military exercises among Pacific nations expected due to Fujian carrier group dynamics. Overview. As the geopolitical landscape in the Pacific continues to evolve, military analysts predict that the strategic positioning of China's Fujian carrier group will catalyze a marked increase in joint military exercises among Pacific nations, anticipated to rise by 50% by 2028. This report delves into the implications of the Fujian's emergence, the evolving dynamics of military alliances, and the technological advancements shaping the region's defense strategies. The Fujian Carrier Group, a game changer. 1. Inauguration of the Fujian Carrier. The Fujian, China's third aircraft carrier, embarked on its maiden sea trials on May 1, 2024, representing a significant leap in the capabilities of the People's Liberation Army Navy plan. With a full load displacement exceeding 80,000 tons and featuring advanced electromagnetic catapults, the Fujian is poised to enhance China's operational reach and effectiveness in naval warfare. 2. Operational trials. By December 2024, the Fujian had successfully completed 5 sea trials focusing on testing propulsion and various onboard systems, with further trials planned to assess its combat readiness. These trials are essential for familiarizing crews with the ship's capabilities and integrating new technologies into the plan's operational framework. 3. Dual carrier operations. In a historic development, China's Liaoning and Shandong carriers executed their first dual carrier formation exercise in the South China Sea in October 2024. This milestone showcases China's growing naval prowess and marks a shift toward more complex multi-carrier operations, potentially mirroring practices of the U.S. Navy. Rising military alliances in response. 1. Strategic alliances. The anticipated rise in joint military exercises among Pacific nations stems from a strategic response to China's enhanced military capabilities. Countries such as Japan, Australia, and the United States are expected to strengthen their collaborative defense measures, especially concerning hotspots like Taiwan and the South China Sea. 2. Projected increase in exercises. By 2028, military analysts estimate that joint exercises among Pacific nations will increase by 50%. This increase will likely include a variety of scenarios, from humanitarian assistance to complex combat operations, reflecting the need for interoperability in the face of evolving threats. 3. Regional security dynamics. The growing assertiveness of China in regional waters has prompted neighboring nations to re-evaluate their defense postures. Increased military cooperation, intelligence sharing, and joint training exercises are expected to become the norms as countries seek to deter potential aggression and ensure regional stability. Technological advancements and their impact. 1. Introduction of new aircraft. The plan's operational capabilities are set to be further enhanced with the introduction of advanced aircraft such as the J-15T, designed for catapult launches, and the stealthy J-35 fighter. These aircraft will integrate seamlessly with the Fujian, bolstering its combat effectiveness and enabling a broader range of mission profiles. 2. Complex operations. As the plan continues to evolve its carrier operations, the ability to conduct complex multi-carrier missions will be crucial. The dual carrier exercises signify not only an increase in naval capabilities but also a strategic shift that could alter the balance of power in the Pacific. 3. Technological integration. The ongoing trials and integration of new technologies such as electromagnetic catapults and advanced aircraft systems will be pivotal in shaping the future of naval warfare in the region. The successful incorporation of these technologies is expected to enhance the plan's operational flexibility and effectiveness. Future outlook. 1. Geopolitical implications. The developments surrounding the Fujian Carrier Group and the anticipated increase in joint military exercises suggest a transformative period in regional defense strategies. The growing capabilities of the plan are likely to provoke proactive responses from neighboring nations, reshaping alliances and military postures toward a more collaborative defense framework. 2. Increased military presence. As Pacific nations engage in more joint exercises, there will be an increase in military presence and operations in the region. This heightened activity will serve as both a deterrent to potential aggressors and a testament to the commitment of these nations to regional security. 3. Anticipating future challenges. The strategic environment in the Pacific is expected to become increasingly complex. With new challenges emerging from technological advancements and shifting alliances, nations will need to remain agile in their defense strategies, adapting to new realities while fostering cooperation to address shared security concerns. Conclusion. The implications of the Fujian carrier group's strategic positioning extend beyond China's borders, prompting a re-evaluation of military alliances and defense strategies among Pacific nations. As joint military exercises are projected to increase by 50% by 2028, the region stands on the brink of a new era in military cooperation and strategic engagement. The evolving dynamics underscore the necessity for nations to work collaboratively to ensure stability and security in the face of emerging threats. The analysis of the evolving military dynamics centered on China's Fujian carrier group and its implications for Pacific nations presents several counterintuitive insights regarding military alliances and joint exercises. 1. Increased military collaboration as a response to a single nation's capability. While one might expect nations to increase military exercises in response to a general rise in regional threats, the expectation of a 50% increase in joint military exercises among Pacific nations by 2028 is primarily in reaction to the strategic positioning of the Fujian carrier group. This suggests a shift from traditional multinational threats to a more focused response against a specific power's military advancements, China in this case. This counterintuitive focus on a singular response reflects a change in how nations perceive threats, moving from generalized defense postures to targeted strategies against perceived aggressors. 2. China's naval ambitions versus operational effectiveness. Although the Fujian carrier group represents a significant advancement in China's naval capabilities, the operational effectiveness of these developments remains uncertain. The dual carrier exercise held by China's Liaoning and Shandong carriers serves more as a symbolic demonstration of capability rather than a fully operational testament to China's naval prowess. This contradiction highlights the difference between perceived military strength through showcases and exercises and the actual capability to conduct complex operations effectively, which may not be as advanced as it seems. 3. Technological progress versus historical context. The introduction of advanced aircraft such as the J-15T and J-35 enhances the operational capabilities of the plan's carrier groups. However, the historical context of the U.S. Navy's operational experience may suggest that China's rapid advancements could lead to overconfidence. The U.S. has decades of experience with carrier operations, which implies that the plan may face significant challenges in achieving similar operational readiness despite having advanced technology. This presents a counterintuitive notion that having advanced technology does not automatically translate to effective military operations. 4. Collaborative defense frameworks versus national sovereignty. The anticipated increase in military exercises among Pacific nations is framed as a collaborative defense against China's assertive posture, particularly regarding Taiwan and the South China Sea. However, this collaboration may paradoxically lead to heightened tensions and increased military confrontations rather than fostering stability. The expectation that nations will come together to counter a singular threat may inadvertently escalate military postures and provoke more aggressive actions from China, leading to a cycle of escalating military activities. 5. Public perception of military exercises. The public narrative around joint military exercises often frames them as necessary preparations for defense. Yet, the increase in these exercises could also indicate a lack of confidence among Pacific nations in their own individual capabilities to deter threats. This may counterintuitively reflect a dependency on multilateral exercises for security rather than a demonstration of strength, suggesting that nations may feel more vulnerable than they present themselves to be. 6. Long-term strategic planning versus immediate responses. the focus on immediate military advancements such as the commissioning of the Fujian carrier and its associated technologies may overshadow the long-term strategic implications of these developments. Nations might be reacting to short-term developments without fully considering the longer-term consequences of escalating military exercises, which could lead to an arms race rather than a stable security environment. This reflects a counterintuitive short-sightedness in military planning, whereby immediate responses to perceived threats may undermine long-term security goals. Each of these points illustrates a complex interplay between perception and reality in military strategy, emphasizing that the anticipated increase in military cooperation in the Pacific is not merely a straightforward response to a singular military threat but rather a multifaceted reaction influenced by historical, technological, and strategic dynamics. In analyzing the report on the anticipated increase in joint military exercises among Pacific nations by 2028 driven by the strategic positioning of China's Fujian carrier group, several important aspects may be overlooked, yet they hold significant implications for regional security dynamics, military strategy, and international relations. 1. Technological integration and military readiness. One of the crucial points that may be overlooked is the advanced technological features of the Fujian aircraft carrier, particularly its electromagnetic catapult systems. This technology allows for more efficient launches of a wider array of aircraft, including heavier payloads. The Fujian's capacity to integrate new aircraft types such as the J-15T and J-35 signifies a substantial leap in the operational capabilities of the People's Liberation Army Navy plan. While the report highlights these developments, the broader implications of this technological integration for military readiness and operational flexibility are significant. The ability of the plan to conduct complex joint operations with a mix of traditional and advanced warfare capabilities can alter the operational landscape in the Pacific. As countries in the region respond by enhancing their military collaborations, the technological edge developed by China could prompt an arms race with nations investing in similar advanced technologies to counterbalance the growing capabilities of the plan. This could lead to a cycle of escalation, undermining regional stability. 2. Implications for regional alliances. The report emphasizes a 50% increase in joint military exercises among Pacific nations as a direct response to China's military advancements. However, the significance of this change suggests that regional alliances are not merely reactive but indicative of a broader strategic realignment. Countries such as Japan, Australia, and India may increasingly view their defense cooperation as not just a response to Chinese assertiveness but as a necessity for maintaining their own strategic autonomy and security. The formation of new coalitions or the strengthening of existing ones, e.g. the Quad, comprising the US, Japan, India, and Australia, could be a critical countermeasure against the perceived threat from the plan. This shift in alliances could reshape geopolitical relations in the Pacific, leading to a more multipolar security environment. It also raises the stakes for diplomatic negotiations, as nations may feel emboldened to assert their interests more aggressively. 3. Impact on global military dynamics. Many reports focus on regional implications, but the global military dynamics are also significant. The rise of China's naval capabilities, particularly with the Fujian carrier group's entry into service, signals a shift in naval power that may challenge U.S. dominance in the Pacific. The U.S. Navy has traditionally maintained a significant presence in the region. However, the growing capabilities of the plan could compel the U.S. to reconsider its strategies, potentially leading to an increased military commitment to the Pacific. The significance of this shift extends beyond the Pacific as nations reassess their military strategies in a world where naval capabilities are increasingly critical for power projection. The implications for global maritime trade, freedom of navigation, and international security frameworks become paramount as nations navigate a more complex and potentially adversarial environment. 4. Broader strategic context of military exercises. The report mentions a rise in joint military exercises but does not deeply explore the strategic objectives behind these exercises. Military exercises serve multiple purposes beyond demonstrating capabilities. They are also critical for interoperability, building trust among allies and deterring potential adversaries. The complexity of modern warfare necessitates that nations not only prepare for direct confrontations but also foster cooperative relationships that can enhance collective security. The anticipated increase in joint exercises could reflect a concerted effort to deter aggression through visible military cooperation. Moreover, they may also serve as platforms for diplomatic engagement, allowing nations to articulate their commitments to mutual defense while simultaneously showcasing their military capabilities. 5. The role of non-military factors. Another aspect that warrants attention is the influence of non-military factors in shaping the military landscape in the Pacific. Economic ties, trade relationships, and regional governance play significant roles in military dynamics. Countries may engage in military exercises not only as a response to security threats but also as a means of strengthening economic partnerships and fostering regional stability through collaboration. The interplay between military preparedness and economic interdependence can create a complex web of relationships that influences decision-making at the geopolitical level. Overlooking these connections may lead to an incomplete understanding of the motivations driving military exercises and alliances in the region. Conclusion. The developments surrounding the Fujian carrier group and the expected rise in joint military exercises among Pacific nations encapsulate a transformative period in regional defense dynamics. The technological advancements of the plan, the shifting nature of military alliances, the impact on global military dynamics, and the multifaceted roles of military exercises and non-military factors all contribute to a complex security environment. As these elements interact, they will shape the future of military strategy and international relations in the Pacific, making it essential for analysts and policymakers to consider the broader implications of these trends. The significance of these developments extends beyond mere military calculations, influencing geopolitical stability and the balance of power in the region and beyond. 1. Strategic positioning of the Fujian carrier group. The Fujian, China's third aircraft carrier, represents a significant enhancement in the capabilities of the People's Liberation Army Navy plan. With advanced features such as a full-load displacement of over 80,000 tons and electromagnetic catapults, the Fujian is poised to improve China's operational range and effectiveness. Its development signals a shift in naval power dynamics in the Pacific, as it not only strengthens China's maritime presence but also aims to challenge traditional naval powers, primarily the United States. The completion of multiple sea trials indicates that the Fujian is on track to become a critical asset in China's military strategy by 2028. 2. Increase in joint military exercises. The anticipated 50% increase in joint military exercises among Pacific nations by 2028 is a direct response to China's rising military capabilities, particularly the operational readiness of the Fujian carrier group. These exercises signify a collaborative defense strategy among neighboring nations aimed at counterbalancing perceived threats from China's assertive naval posture in regional waters, notably concerning Taiwan and the South China Sea. The growing trend of joint exercises reflects a shift towards more integrated military operations and strategic partnerships in the Pacific, emphasizing the importance of collective security in the face of evolving threats. 3. Technological advancements in carrier operations. The introduction of advanced aircraft such as the J-15T and J-35 enhances the combat capabilities of China's carrier groups. The J-15T, designed for catapult launches, and the stealthy J-35 will likely integrate seamlessly with the Fujian, enabling it to conduct diverse missions with improved air defense and offensive operations. The integration of these new aircraft not only boosts the operational effectiveness of the plan but also aligns its capabilities more closely with those of the U.S. Navy, potentially altering the balance of power in the Pacific. The emphasis on technological advancement indicates a broader trend towards modernization and sophistication in naval warfare. 4. Shifting military alliances and regional responses. The evolving military landscape in the Pacific is characterized by shifting alliances and increased collaboration among nations responding to China's assertive military posture. This transformation is reflected in the anticipated rise in joint military exercises as countries seek to enhance their defense capabilities and deterrence strategies. The focus on collaborative defense measures highlights the importance of regional partnerships in maintaining stability and security in the face of growing tensions. As nations bolster their military alliances, the dynamics of power in the Pacific are likely to continue evolving, leading to a more interconnected and cooperative defense framework by 2028. 1. Cold War Naval Exercises 1947 to 1991. During the Cold War, both the United States and the Soviet Union significantly increased the number and scale of joint military exercises to showcase their naval capabilities and deter adversaries. Notable exercises included the NATO-led Operation Reforger, which demonstrated the ability to rapidly deploy forces in Europe against a potential Soviet incursion. These exercises served to solidify alliances and enhance operational readiness, reflecting the geopolitical tensions of the era, much like the anticipated joint exercises among Pacific nations in response to China's growing naval power. 2. The Gulf War Coalition Operations 1990 to 1991. The coalition forces operations during the Gulf War represented a landmark in multinational military cooperation, particularly among countries in the Pacific and the Middle East. This coalition, led by the United States, involved extensive joint military exercises before and during the war, aimed at liberating Kuwait from Iraqi occupation. The success of these exercises and the operational integration of various military forces set a precedent for future international military collaborations, paralleling the expected increase in joint military activities among Pacific nations as they respond to security challenges. 3. The War in Afghanistan 2001-present. Following the September 11 attacks, the United States and its NATO allies engaged in extensive joint military operations in Afghanistan. The Operation Enduring Freedom mobilized troops from various nations to participate in coordinated military exercises aimed at combating terrorism and stabilizing the region. This international effort emphasized the importance of military alliances and joint operational capabilities in addressing complex security threats akin to the emerging military collaborations among Pacific nations in light of China's military advancements and strategic maneuvers. By 2028, military dynamics in the Pacific region are expected to undergo significant changes, primarily driven by the strategic positioning and operational capabilities of China's Fujian carrier group. This shift will likely lead to a 50% increase in joint military exercises among Pacific nations, reshaping military alliances and defense strategies in response to perceived regional threats. Key predictions. 1. Enhanced naval capabilities. The Fujian, China's third aircraft carrier, is poised to enhance the operational range and effectiveness of the People's Liberation Army Navy plan. With its advanced electromagnetic catapults and a full load displacement of over 80,000 tons, the Fujian is expected to facilitate more complex naval operations. By 2028, it is anticipated that the plan will have successfully integrated the Fujian into its carrier operations, allowing for diverse missions that include air defense, offensive operations, and joint exercises with other naval powers. 2. Increased joint military exercises. In response to the growing capabilities of the plan, Pacific nations are expected to increase their collaborative military exercises by 50% by 2028. Countries such as Japan, Australia, and the United States are likely to enhance their defense cooperation through joint drills, intelligence sharing, and logistics support. These exercises will focus on countering potential threats in the South China Sea and around Taiwan, emphasizing interoperability among allied forces. 3. Strengthening of military alliances. The rise of China's naval power will catalyze the formation of new military alliances in the Pacific. Nations that feel threatened by China's assertive posture will seek to bolster their defense agreements. This may include increased participation in multinational exercises, joint development of defense technologies, and enhanced military presence in strategic regions. The Quad, comprising the US, Japan, India, and Australia, is expected to play a pivotal role in this expanded military collaboration. 4. Technological advancements. The introduction of advanced aircraft such as the J-15T and J-35, capable of operating from the Fujian, will significantly enhance the carrier group's combat readiness. By 2028, the plan is expected to have developed a more comprehensive suite of carrier-based aircraft, including electronic warfare and stealth options, improving its operational versatility. This technological evolution will also prompt Allied navies to modernize their fleets to maintain strategic parity. 5. Shift in operational focus. The plan's operational focus is anticipated to evolve from regional to blue water capabilities, allowing it to project power beyond its immediate vicinity. By 2028, the plan is expected to conduct more extensive operations in international waters, potentially challenging traditional naval powers like the United States and altering the maritime balance in the Pacific. Conclusion. The strategic landscape of the Pacific is on the cusp of transformation. By 2028, the anticipated increase in joint military exercises among Pacific nations, driven by the advancements in China's naval capabilities, will result in a more collaborative defense environment. This shift will not only reshape military alliances but also enhance the operational readiness of regional forces to address emerging threats, thus redefining the security architecture of the Pacific region.